All right, Daryl, we're at 1515 Jackson, and it seems to be a nice street. Um, People are taking care of their yards, not a bunch of extra cars or a sign that they're all rentals or anything. That's the end of the street, I guess, so it feels a little bit like a cul-de-sac. An older neighborhood that has lots of concrete work done in the curbs, and the curbs and houses are elevated up off the street. The driveway up in might be one of those where you scrape a little bit because of the difference in angle from the road to the ramp up, and then there's kind of a little hump here from the sidewalk intervention. Nice concrete walls to hold up the yard. Your neighbors' houses are nice, but of different construction. This is, a cinder block house, but it appears that we have wood everywhere else around. I don't see another cinder block house, so somebody's unique choice that they made. Garage door could use replacing. Got railing and steps up, but they're not steep or anything. They're shallow, easy steps up to the front door. There is a crawl space on the house. There's your gas meter there. Power drop is in the back. You got some gutters here. There's not gutters on the back. The gutters are, you can see some rust on the bottom of them. They're probably not great. Come inside, you got these hardwood floors that, you could refinish them and they'd look beautiful. They're not having the cracking in between them like I see when they get really old and bad, but they're fine kind of as is. You have some places where they're lighter, maybe from more walking or something, and then darker from where a table was. But the floors are nice. You have an old furnace in the wall there. That might have been the original. I don't think they're using it anymore. Your windows are single pane set in metal frames with probably the putty to hold the window frames in. You have curves on the outside of the house, and everywhere that there's a hole or a window, it's not boxy, it's curved edges. There is some cracking, like there's a crack that goes all the way up to down. There's a crack there in the corner over here. Corner crack goes all the way. Just probably some settling. However long it's been here, it's probably not going anywhere. Here's a newer heater, a wall heater, and this serves as heat for the whole house. I can't tell if it's gas or electric right now, but it's probably gas is what I'm guessing. Spits out on this side too. And then there's your control for your cooling source, which is here. It's covered up right now. The house seems to have been vacant for a long time, but only cooling source is a swamp cooler, an evaporative cooler. This room is pink, and walls are a little dirty, I think. I don't know what it would be like to even replace the windows in this house, but you can see that I guess the paint's coming off. I don't know if the metal is deteriorating as well. Let's see if these open. Oh, they're crank out windows, if the cranks work. At least that one doesn't seem to work. But this one does have a metal screen. Don't eat the paint chips, right? Little closet. Yeah, probably lead paint. 2 prong outlets. We'll see if we can discover any wiring while we're here. See if it's knob and tube or what it is. You got a bathtub with a shower and curtain rod. It's a little bit low, as is customary. You get a different gooseneck to raise it, but I'm 6 feet tall, and that's where it is on me. Let's see if this window opens. Ugh. Nope. Doesn't seem to open. Might just need to be cleaned and greased or something. Some paint chip on the ceiling here. Kind of a light maroon color in here. There's no exhaust fan, so that's probably why. Oh, there you go. Some floor rot right there. I can see through to the crawl space through that hole. What happens is the water just leaks over the edge. You can get a barrier that you can put in there to help mitigate that. But that's a bummer. This is probably the original cast iron tub, by the way, too. We're in another bedroom here. It's an interesting place for an outlet. Wood is kind of green here and starting to show those cracks that I talked about when this wood gets old or wet. And then of course there is either rot or termite issues, which could be from water intrusion from what looks to be a window here that has been boxed up. So they've made sort of a bedroom here. Maybe it was a walk-in closet, because this is a bedroom, that's the hallway, and then you have a bedroom within a bedroom and then a bathroom. So they were probably trying to squeeze in another bedroom, but this room is really small. I don't even think you could fit a full or a twin. Maybe you could fit a twin here, but the door wouldn't open. So it might have been a walk-in closet originally. There is some staining on the ceiling here, and that looks like it is coming from above, or at one point was coming from above. Again, windows are just, they're kind of dirty, they're kind of paint peeling. Yeah, and here, look at that. Like it was leaking at one point in time. I don't know if that's a leak, but it's discoloration. This usually indicates a leak when you can see the paint having chipped and there's a hole for the water to escape. Yeah, so pink room, green hallway, light maroon bathroom, another pink room, and green out here. Classic color choices. Okay, you'd have a dining table here probably. A little bit more discoloration there. Sliding door works fine. Yeah, see, I don't see, there's nothing on the roof there, but that got wet, it looks like. It's fine, you could refinish it. Kitchen, high corner windows, window here. And you can see how it's just coming apart, look at that. Probably has asbestos in that. Should have brought my mask. I think the stove was here because there's a hood there, but no stove. It would be an electric stove. Wouldn't be terribly difficult to run a gas in here. Still 2-prong outlets. There's a control for your heater, it looks like. Not sure why it's way over here, but these countertops are classic. Some more evidence of possible roof leaking. We'll walk outside and look at the roof in just a minute. Looks like they're leaving behind this classic. Runs forever. Got laundry in here also. There's your drain line, hot and cold water. Oh, and it's just open to attic access. That's not to code because a lot of fires start in garages and you're supposed to have complete fire wall between the attic and the rest of the house. So the fire, it'll start here or something, and it'll go straight into your attic. They got a new hot water heater, but they're not supposed to be sitting on the ground. They're supposed to be sitting up on a pedestal. And that's an electric one, so you don't need an exhaust for it. It's an electric one. And we got cloth insulated wire here that's run together. If that's what the whole house is, then that's a good sign. Here's crawl space. Let's look in there. It's pretty clean. You got concrete perimeter. I don't see any issues with it. You got your posts coming down, and they're all on concrete blocks. No earth to wood contact. Everything about that looks very good. Besides that, I wouldn't fit through that hole. Here's the garage door from the inside. Still looks terrible. Spring here, and not a spring here, or not the original spring. So these are known to break and explode, and they can kill you. So you might want to get rid of that. It does have the spring retention inside of it to catch it, though, as a safety mechanism. There is water marking up here on this wood in the ceiling of the garage. And by the way, up there in the attic, that is a decent amount of insulation. So that's a good sign. You have a flex tube there going out the side gable. That is probably for this here. It should not be a flex tube. That's the cheap, easy way to do it. Not really to code. All right, coming outside, your power drop is overhead. It comes from the backyard there, drops down here. Here's your meter and power. And let me get it open. Check it out, Daryl. Look at them fuses. That is not the way that we do it anymore, but there you go. Side yard. The wood up top there is degrading. You might be able to get away with painting and sanding that. Something definitely needs to be done. But some of those boards are pretty bad. In the middle here, they're pretty bad. Looks like they used to have a door here, and they have blocked that off. I don't know what that used to be, but I would just re-seal that up. That's for your dryer ducting, it looks like. That's a burp pipe for the sink drain, probably. There's another access right there. I'm not going to dig into that for the crawl space. This pergola structure is just plastic, and the wood is fine. The plastic has a buildup of leaves. That's going to be an issue. You still got gutters here. There's no gutters over there, I don't think. Your end of your roof joists popping out there are definitely degrading from moisture. That's probably because of the ineffective gutter system. See the big crack there and the dry rot at the end of this one. Both your neighbors on either side are very clean and look good. This side is not the side that gets the sun, and they've maintained this better. This is fine. Show you this little find here. We got kittens. I saw Mama around earlier. You have a fruitless mulberry. Well, I don't know if it's fruitless. I don't see evidence of fruit, but I'm guessing it's a fruitless mulberry. These things have roots that are pretty gnarly, as you can see here. They've lifted up your concrete a smidge there. Is it a problem for the house? Probably not. It's just lifting up the lighter concrete out here. I wouldn't be gravely concerned about it. They do make really nice shade. You got several mature trees making really nice shade in the backyard.
They have had a massive trim job at one point in time to keep them from getting too big, and now it's kind of suckers and stuff that fill out. But see, your other neighbor is nice looking. And you got just a lot of bush in the back there. The maintenance on this property would mostly be mowing and edging and blowing. In the leaf season, you have to pick these all up. They should not be touching the house. This should get trimmed way back so it's not touching the house, because it just sits there and when the wind blows and it wipes and scrubs your roof, and you lose all your granules on your shingles. You have shiny edges on your shingles up there, which indicates that the roof is near the end of its life. The color of the roof and the granule loss seems to be pretty not as bad as I would expect, actually. It makes me wonder if they had sprayed this roof with a sealant at one point in time, maybe. But you can see for some reason it's really looking pretty bad around the swamp cooler up there, and that might be because of it leaking. Sometimes people, if they have a common path that they walk on their roofs, can cause more granule loss where they're walking on the roofs also. But yeah, all of these branches are just sitting there wiping this roof. Yeah, look at right there. You see how shiny it is? You have complete granule loss right there. Complete granule loss. The edge, where this box out here is, the roof is not at as much of an angle as over here, and so you're not supposed to use comp shingles on a roof that is that flat. You're supposed to use rollout, and it looks like it is still comp. I can't see. Let me walk up on this tree. Oh no, they did it right. Look at that. They have rollout. That's the first time I've seen them do it right. Very good. All right, back here there is a dirt alleyway. So potentially, you know, you could put another building back here or something and access it. Again, neighbors seem fine. Area seems safe. I can see that there's a clean out drain there. I don't know about where the sewer or septic is. I'm assuming this is sewer. I didn't double check the listing. Sewer and city water. It's a nice yard. It's a peaceful yard. They've put in a back unit. Maybe that's an opportunity that you could do as well, is put another rental in the back. You might be able to duplicate what they're doing there. And it's a zero lot line. You see how the property line is likely this fence, and the house is built practically right on the property line. That's probably an old grandfather-in thing. I doubt they're doing that anymore. Both the houses to the left and right of us have HVAC units. That's a package unit. The other one had a split. This one's still on the wall heater and the swamp cooling. That's probably, you could probably get by, but it's not going to be super comfortable. It gets really hot up here in Red Bluff, and swamp cooling alone is probably inadequate by today's standards. That's it. Honestly, for the price, pretty nice.